Now then guys, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. Today we head off to Spain to take on Atletico Madrid. You know, Diego Simeone, he's gone. It's my job now to steer the ship. However, not overly bothered about La Liga. It's all about the Champions League for me. You know, we've got 5 seasons to really dominate in Spain, but the main focus is going to be about lifting that Champions League trophy. It really is. You know, we've got a good enough squad as it stands to really be pushing forward in Europe. But with some new arrivals, I think we're just going to be able to take it to that next level. So I did originally put out a poll for this. I expected actually Chelsea to get a much higher vote. However, Atletico Madrid, 36% of the vote, 112 of you voted. I will be posting another poll once this video goes live for the next team to rebuild, so please get involved with that as well. And if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe as it would mean a lot. But yes, you voted for it. Let's get into it. Let's rebuild Atletico Madrid. Right then guys, so like I've just said, you know, this isn't a rebuild to get Atletico Madrid winning La Liga. They've done that already, that's been and gone. This is all about them lifting that Champions League crown. So when we have a look at the club history, you can see obviously last season, technically 2 seasons ago now they won the league. Last season they finished third. Obviously we're playing with the most up-to-date database. So we're still in 2021 with 2022's players, if that makes sense. So yes, last season they finished third, so we're not looking for a back-to-back. But as you can see there, they won the Europa League in 2018. But no Champions League crown. And yes, they actually won the Super Cup back in 2018 as well. But like I say, it's all about winning that Champions League. We've got to be able to do it in 5 seasons, surely. This team is well equipped. Yes, it is quite an old team when we look at it from a squad level. Age-wise, you know, they've got Axel Witsel there, he's just joined. Felipe Luis, Vitolo, who's out on loan. Stefan Savic, there's plenty of players 29 above. Griezmann there as well. Obviously, he's got some dodgy contract thing going on. In the real world, that won't be built into this. Well, I think if he plays any longer than 30 minutes per game for X amount of games, then they have to pay so much to Barcelona. I've seen some like legal controversy going on there. I'm sure someone will update me in the comments, or I could just Google it in fairness and just Google it and have a look. But yeah, there's something going on with Griezmann anyway. That's not going to affect us. But yes, like I say, when we look at the club history, it's all about winning that Champions League crown in the next 5 seasons. Naturally, I think if we win the Champions League, we're probably going to be dominating La Liga as well, so it should all fall into place. So for the rest of the club info then, obviously they play their games at the Metropolitano. Massive capacity, 68,000 there. We've got a world-class goalkeeper and a 28-year-old Jan Oblak. I actually thought he was older than that in fairness. You know, 28-year-old. What a player, best player at the club. The club captain is Koke, 29-year-old world-class midfielder. As you can see there, 4-star current ability. And my hot prospect is Manu Sanchez. So 20-year-old Spaniard, capped at under 21 level, only one time, but a decent player nonetheless. He's currently out on loan at Osasuna as well. So fierce rivals then, they're obviously Real Madrid, that is the local derby, and then other rivals, Barcelona competitively and Sevilla competitive as well. So the club vision then, and the club culture, is to make the most of set pieces, play defensively solid football, play high tempo pressing football, and play direct football. So they've still got Diego Simeone's mentality for me. I want to play entertaining, attacking, fast-paced football. That's what I want to play. But they want defensively solid football as well. So we'll look at that. We might have to make some tactical changes. So looking at the 5-year ongoing plan then is to sign young players to develop for a profit and to work within the wage budget, obviously. The end of the current season is to reach the quarter-final of the Champions League. Obviously, that's what we're going for. We also need to challenge for the La Liga title. Spanish Cup is to reach the final and work towards becoming self-sustainable. I like that. And then we've just got to maintain challenging for that first division title. I'm all about that. And then at the end of the 25-26 season is to become self-sustainable again. That's what it's all about. We just need to be able to be bringing enough into the club to keep our head above water. Finances wise then, we've got nothing. We've got £10 million in the overall balance. Transfer budget wise is 810k and the wage budget is £2.8 million, and we are just maxing that out as it stands. Squad dynamics wise then, team cohesion's average, club atmosphere is good and so is my geo support. No issues really. Top influencers wise then, we've got 6 players supporters, 17 players have no real opinion of us. Team leaders wise, Koke, Oblak and Griezmann there, Griezmann supporting us. So tactically then, this is how we are going to play. We're going to play the tiki-taka, 4-2-3-1 there. João Felix is probably the best trick on the game, if I'm honest. And I think we're going to play him in that position. So as you can see then, we're playing a 4-2-3-1 on an attacker mentality with Oblak in goal, Reguilon, Hermoso, Jimenez and Molina at the back with Llorente and Coca in the middle, Carrasco, Felix and Carrera out wide with Griezmann up front. Obviously we've got so many options in this team. It's absolutely stacked. There will be a couple of players leaving us this season. A couple of the older players I am going to want to move on, and we'll look to develop some of our younger players within that. And when we're talking about it, the under-19 team is terrible, let's be honest. Federico Olivia is the main man. Looks a bit angelic there, doesn't he? They've like faded him out, but he hasn't really got a lot to offer, let's be honest. Yes, he has got £1.1 million to offer should we want to sell him on, but not too much going on there. And when we look at the B team, we've got some better players. Adrian Corral, defensive left centre, 18-year-old Spaniard, potential ability 5-star. And then Alejandro Iturbe. Now this guy is highly rated, 1.5 star, but potential ability is 4.5 star. I've actually got him listed for loan, valued at £10 million. We've got some potential for this goalkeeper should he develop throughout these next 5 years. So looking at the squad overall then, the highest potential player is João Felix, potentially 5-star. Ability wise, we've got 4 players 4-star, so Oblak, Koke, Griezmann and Llorente. Who's the highest value player at the club? João Felix, £124 million. Who's the highest paid player? Griezmann at 275k per week. That is crazy. Absolutely incredible money. So we've got some big wages in this club as well. So with that squad then, what competitions are we in? So we've got La Liga, the Champions League and the Copa del Rey. So what is the expectation this season then before I make any transfer wheeling and dealing? So season preview is a 3rd place finish. We have got a couple of players in the Media Dream 11, Koke and Griezmann out there, but that is it. Thibaut Courtois, apparently the best goalkeeper in the league. So we have got some work to do, bringing some better players in apparently to break into that Media Dream 11. Obviously, plenty of Real Madrid players in there. They are evens to win the league with Barcelona in 2nd place. So what we're going to do then is we are going to move forward to the start of Season 1, where it might be challenging to bring some players in with that transfer budget of 810k. But I am getting 100% of transfer revenue, and that is the big thing. You know, any outgoings and money that I make from that, we are going to be able to bring back into the club. So yes, that's what we're going to do then. We're going to move forward to the start of Season 1, where we'll talk through the ingoings and outgoings. Right then guys, so the transfer window isn't close to 26th of August. We've already had 2 games in the league. As you can see there, we topped the table. 7-0 victory over Osasuna and a 3-1 victory over Mallorca. So a decent start to the season, but the reason we've played a bit into the season is I was trying to get a couple more deals over the line and they just haven't materialised. Players have decided to go elsewhere. So let's talk about the ins and outs. So the first player out the door then is the 32-year-old Brazilian, Felipe. He has gone to Newcastle for £10 million after we bought him a couple of seasons ago for £17.5 million. Done a good job for us, you know, 25 games and 31 the season after. But at 32-year-old, it was time to just move him on, and £10 million I'm happy with. And then I did have a bit of crisis of conscience getting rid of Alvaro Morata. Now, Morata has gone off to Manchester City for £35 million. I'm not sure why Manchester City need another striker, but yeah, he's gone to City anyway, £35 million. I'm happy with that. You know, Atletico, we brought him in for £31 million. He did go out on loan. Yes, we spent some crazy money getting him on loan ourselves from Chelsea. But either way, he's gone to Manchester City for £35 million. And the one player through the door then is the 21-year-old Brazilian, Evanilson. So he joins us from Porto for £20 million after Porto took him on for £7 million. Now he's played 1 game for us this season already, 1 goal, a 7.4 rating. And when you look at him, his current ability is 2.5 star, potential ability 4.5 star. Can play out on the left-hand side, but I'm going to play him as a striker. So he's going to replace Morata. Now acceleration 14, pace 15. That dribbling, finishing and first touch all high as well. He has got high attributes in the right area. 14 composure as well, 13 balance. This guy's going to get me goals. And he's got off to a great start with 1 goal in 1 game. So finances wise then, we've got £32 million in the overall balance, £16 million in the transfer budget, and we're 100k under the wage budget. So tactics wise then, nothing changes for us. We're still going to play that 4-2-3-1. Evanilson, who joins us, isn't going to break into the first 11 straight away, so this first 11 stays unchanged. Competitions wise, like I say, has anything changed for the season preview? No, we're still expected a 2nd place finish and still only got 2 players in the Media Dream 11. And schedule wise then, so we've already had 2 games, a 7-0 victory over Osasuna. We absolutely battered them, 32 shots, 15 on target. You know, we blew them away. And then a 3-1 victory away at Mallorca as well. So the next 5 games are Cadiz, Villarreal, Rayo Vallecano, Almeria and Real Madrid. So that's our first big test at the end of September. So what we're going to do then, guys, is we are going to move forward till the end of Season 1, where hopefully the minimal transfers won't have caused us to fall behind Barcelona and Real Madrid in their rebuilds. Right, guys, so Season 1 is over and done with, and we've blown it. We've blown it, basically, losing out on the La Liga title by 1 goal. 1 goal, that is an absolute shambles. So 38 games played, 28 wins, 6 draws, 4 defeats, exactly the same as Real Madrid. We scored 86, they scored 89, they conceded 24, we conceded 22, plus 65 goal difference to them, plus 64 for us, 90 points on the board each. We have blown it. I'd be even more gutted if we've dropped this on the final game of the season, which we haven't, but almost. We've been in the top 2 since match day 19. We were up in the top spot on match day 35, and we've bottled it. I'm assuming Real Madrid, they were up there with us. We were fighting out us 2 all the way through. Barcelona haven't really done too much. Sat in top spot up until match day 23. But yeah, not good. Not good for us. Well, hopefully the Champions League will be better. As we're knocked out in the group stages of the Champions League, are you having a laugh? I want to win the Champions League, yeah. What's this group? What is this group here? Juventus and Atletico Madrid going out. Bayer Leverkusen and FC Copenhagen. Can you... That is absolute shambles. This game's broken. I can't believe that. Finish bottom of the group. Finish bottom of the group with Juventus, Copenhagen and Bayer Leverkusen. Wowzers. And then let's not even talk about the Spanish Cup, as we were knocked out in the 5th round by Real Betis. Beaten 1-0. Did we batter them? 21 shots, 7 on target. They had 1 shot on target. What is going on? They had 1 shot on target and we missed a penalty. Oh. More drama in this first season than I'd care to have, thanks. Oh, dear. Well, there we go. Can't get any worse. It's all sunshine and lollipops from here. Right, so overall balance is minus £25 million. A transfer budget for next season is £30 million. I'm hoping something else happens there. Not too happy with that. You know, to go into next season, my players are getting older. 13 million isn't really going to do it for us. Wage budget, £2.9 million. I'll take that 200k better, but not happy with what we've been given for next season. It may change, but normally by the 1st of June, I've got my new budget. So what about squad dynamics then? Team cohesion's good, club atmosphere is excellent, and my geo spot is very good. I've got 2 players that aren't happy. Kondogbia wants to leave. João Felix is unhappy about getting fined. Top influencers wise then, 15 player supporters, 6 players have no real opinion of us, and 0 player supporters. But I wouldn't expect them to, you know, yes, we had a shambolic Champions League campaign. However, in the league, 1 goal away from being league champions. And then the club vision, the reserve and judgment, that's fine. Work within the wage budget, we're on course. Nothing too dramatic happening there. So player stats wise, then Griezmann got 19 goals this season. How does that compare to the top scorer in the league? Player overview then. Lewandowski got 27 goals this season. I go Aspas, tearing it up, 34-year-old now with 21 goals. Cavani there for Valencia with 20. But yeah, Griezmann, 15 in the league. Benzema and Vinicius above him. And Mariano as well with 14 goals. Highest average rate now is Koke with 7.3. Most assists was Carrera with 11. Best pass completion was Savic with 97%. Most player of the match was Koke and Llorente with 5 apiece. Most yellow cards was Llorente with 20. Most red cards, De Paul, Savic, Koke, Llorente and João Felix with 1 apiece there. What about then those team stats? So we scored 86 goals, which is the second best. The board wanted us to be defensively solid, and as you can see there, 22 goals conceded this season, which is the best. Yellow cards wise, 97, which is the worst. 4 red cards, which is the 5th worst. And we had the 3rd highest average attendance with 62 fans. So there we go then, guys. That first season's an absolute write-off. The drama, missed a penalty, they had 1 shot, we get knocked out by Real Betis, we get absolutely ruined. We just need to look at this in all its glory again, get absolutely ruined by Copenhagen and Bayer Leverkusen. Look at the state of the goal difference, plus 2 goal difference. We had the highest goal difference in that group and we still go down. I daren't even look at the results. Should we look at the results just to put myself out of my misery? Filter, let's have a look. So we were beaten 2-1 by Copenhagen, then drew 0-0 with them, lost to Bayer Leverkusen in the final game, and they had a man sent off after 20 minutes. What is going on? I can't look at any more of this. The FM gods are conspiring against us. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get this season out of the way. It's an absolute write-off. It's done. On to the next one, Season 2. Right then guys, so here we go, Season 2, and we'll get straight in with the finances. So finances wise, £19.4 million still left in that transfer budget, but that overall balance up to £60 million, solid. That we like that, £60 million in the black. Wage budget wise, £2.7 million in the wage budget. We're currently spending 2.5. So financially, we're looking solid going into the start of Season 2. So a few players leaving us then in the summer. The first player to go was the 32-year-old Vitolo. Capped 12 times by Spain with 4 goals. It's his age, nothing else. 32-year-old now, time to move him on. We got £5 million from Napoli to take him. He was out on loan actually last season at Las Palmas, but he scored 14 goals in 40 games, got 13 player of the match performances, so solid, but just at a lower level. Ronaldo, the 28-year-old Mozambican with 31 caps and 2 goals, has moved on. He was only with us for a season. We bought him for $3.8 million. He played 2 times with 1 assist, 7.35 rating, but he was never going to feature this season. So we let him go to Osasuna for £1 million, and we've made a £2.8 million loss in 12 months. Another player that was cracking on a bit is the 31-year-old Stefan Savic. Now, quality player, you know, attributes-wise, really, really good. Again, age going against him, 31-year-old. We brought him in for $8.75 million in 2015, and we've let him go to Lazio for $12.5 million. So coming in then, the first player through the door was a 27-year-old Krzysztof Piatek. Polish international with 23 caps, 8 goals, plays as a striker. Technically, he's not great. However, that finishing 16, penalty taken 17 is good enough for me. Heading 14 as well. It's 6 foot. But his mentals with anticipation 17, that composure 16, balance 16. This guy will get us goals. Now, he only played once in the pre-season, a substitute appearance, getting 1 goal. We bought him for £5.5 million. He has had some big transfers. He went to AC Milan from Genoa for £30.5 million, and Hertha Berlin took him on for £19.5. We've got a snip there. Yes, he didn't do too well in Serie A last season. 6 goals in 36 appearances, but I think he'll get some goals. So he's not going to be the starter. He's not going to be the main man up top, but coming off the bench, he'll get us goals. Just ignore those star ratings. So strengthening at the back then, I've brought in a 29-year-old Albanian Barat Jemitsi. So a powerful centre-back is his media description. Can also play out on that right-hand side competently, but he can play out there should we need to. Current ability 3-star, potential ability 3-star. Those defensive attributes, incredible. Strength 18, heading 15, marking 16, tackling 16. Teamwork as well, he likes to get stuck in. And he's 6'3" as well, and we brought him in for £11 million from Atalanta. There's no resale value there for us, let's be honest. He's currently valued at £13.5 million. Unless he has an incredible season for us, his depreciation, I think we'd do well if we sold him in a couple of years to get £10 million for him. But don't hold me to that, you know, you never know. He could have a good couple of seasons, and at 31 we could still pull in £15-16 million for him. And then finally we've brought in a 20-year-old Croatian with 16 caps, the wonder kid Jasko Vardiol. What a player. He's not had the best pre-season for us, I'll be honest, with a 6.15 average rate. However, he can play out at left back, he can play as a centre back. That wonder kid status, you know, that's just what you want. 2.5-star current ability, potential ability 4.5-star, 20-year-old, currently valued at £34 million, and we brought him in from Leipzig for £2.3 million. That is a great deal for us. He spent 14.25. He played 27 times in the Bundesliga last season. Definitely had a better season now, at 7.18. But when we look at his attributes, heading 13, marking 13, tackling 15. Got to remember, this guy's 20-year-old, mentally solid, strength 16. Only going to get better. Currently valued £34 million, like I say. So we've already made, should we want to sell him on, which we're not going to in the first 12 months. Obviously, we could make a profit if we wanted to. So tactically then, looking at the squad, we're still going to play with the 4-2-3-1 with Oblak in goal, Vardiol, Hermoso, Jimenez and Molina, with Koke and De Paul in the middle, Lamar, Felix and Carrera, Evan Nilsson being the main man up front. He had a very good season. We may have touched on it before the break, but he got 12 goals in 37 appearances, valued at £20 million when we got him, and he's currently valued up to £33 million. So very happy with his progress. Squad dynamics wise then, team cohesion, club atmosphere and managerial support is all very good. Llorente wants a new deal. We will sort that out before the season starts. And then when we look at the players and supporters, I've got 11 players, 12 players with no real opinion of us. My club captain supports us. Saul, not on side yet. So competitions-wise then, we've got the La Liga, the Champions League, the Copa del Rey, and the Spanish Super Cup, where we take on Real Madrid in the semi-final. What is the expectation then for this season? So season preview is a third place finish yet again, 11-2 to win the league. We have actually got no players now in the Media Dream 11. Not ideal for us, however, I still think we've got a good enough squad to compete. And then looking at the schedule, we've had a shocking pre-season. To say we were so defensively solid last season, we've conceded 12 goals in 3 games. So yeah, not the best start for us. However, we have been scoring goals as well. But we start off with a game against Real Madrid, then Betis, Valencia, Barcelona and Athletic Bilbao. Yeah, but a derby against Real Madrid to start off the season, that is tasty. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to move forward again till the end of Season 2, where hopefully we've had better luck than we did in Season 1 in all competitions. End of Season 2 then, guys, and you can see in the league we have blown it again. 4 points behind Barcelona this time. 91 points though on the board. I get a sneak suspicion that 91 points would have won us the league last season. What was the winners? 90 points we finished on last season. We finished 1 point better. Obviously, we drew with Real Madrid last season, so 91 points last season would have won us the league. But Barcelona on 95 points, 4 points clear of us. So we played 38 games, 29 wins, 4 draws, 5 defeats. 97 goals scored though, which looks like it's the highest, but we have conceded 34. Not great for us when you consider Barcelona only conceded 16. Plus 63 goal difference, 91 points. We did finish 8 points clear of Real Madrid as well. So looking at the past positions then, we didn't have a great start to the season, I'll be honest, but then up at match day 15, we got ourselves into second place and just minced about in the top 3 all the way through. We never hit top spot though. Barcelona obviously run the way with it, and as you can see there, match day 3, they get into top spot and they never look back. So competitions wise then, like I say, a second place. We went out in the Champions League group stage again, so like I was saying, it's all about winning the Champions League. And then we get knocked out in the first knockout round of the Euro Cup. I'm having an absolute shocker here. If I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. As we see here, we go out in a group with Juventus, Sporting, Atletico and Feyenoord. We end up finishing 8 points, 2 points behind Sporting, but it's just not enough. And then we're knocked out in the first knockout round by Wolfsburg. It's only a one-leg affair as well, and we go out 1-0 there. That was an opportunity to show what we can do in Europe, and we just didn't do it. However, we did win the Copa del Rey on penalties after a 2-2 draw with Real Madrid. Mariano with goals for them and Vinicius Jr. Carrasco with 2 on 10 and 42. It was 2-2 at half-time. We didn't do anything in the second half, and when we look at the penalties, De Paul missed his, however the rest of our players scored. Albert and Rodrigo missing for Real Madrid. So we do get our first bit of silverware, and I'm happy with that. Like I say, we've won something. I suppose it stops some kind of rot, because fate seemed to be conspiring against us. And yeah, but yes, we've got a Spanish Cup. That's all that matters. And then the Spanish Super Cup, we were knocked out in the semi-final by Real Madrid. That was the first round for us when we went out. Real Betis knocked out Barcelona there as well, so there's a real chance for us. So what about finances? And we've got minus £29 million in the overall balance. Transfer budget is 19 million. What I would say about La Liga and Spain, the budgets have not been readdressed yet, so we are just looking at it as it is. If I was to skip forward another 2 weeks, then a transfer budget would change. I would hope we get more than £19 million, especially with Champions League football and the second place finish in the league. But wage budget wise, just under 2.9 million. We're currently spending 2.6. Dynamics wise then, Team Giesen's very good, club atmosphere is excellent, Margil support is very good. Noel Molina wants to leave and Piatek wants to leave as well. How did he get on this season? So he only made one start in the league, scoring 2 goals. Not great for him. So 12 games altogether, 5.5 million, 6.8 rating. He's still valued at what we paid for him. So you never know. I would expect him to still be here next season though. And then top influencers wise, and I've got 19 players to support us, 4 players have no real opinion of us, and no one opposes us. However, one of my team leaders, Oblak, doesn't support us, which is quite bizarre considering everybody else in those highly influential and team leaders, they all support us. So yeah, Oblak, got to get him on side. And then finally, player stats. So Evan Ilson got 29 goals this season. How many in the league? So 20 in 33 appearances in the league. 6 in cup competitions, 3 in the Champions League. Highest average rating now was Felix with a 7.23. Most assists was Carrera with 18. Best pass completion was Jimenez with 96. Most player of the match awards was Felix and Evan Ilson with 6 apiece. Most yellow cards was Marcus Llorente, and we got plenty of red cards. No need to talk through them. Team stats wise then, we scored 97 goals, which is the best. We've got plenty of goals in the locker. However, However, defensively, third best with 34 goals, 83 yellow cards, which is the worst, 3 yellow cards, which is 6th worst, and we had the third best average attendance, so we've got lots to do. I don't think we need to have a massive overhaul this summer. I don't think that's the way to go, but we've just got to do better in Europe. You know, third place finish this season in the Champions League group stages, and then getting knocked out in the first knockout round of the Europa League is not where we need to be. So yes, season 3, we go again. Right, here we go again then, guys. Season 3, and time to get me heart broken again, you know, as realistically, obviously, all we're going for is a Champions League crown. That is it. Ideally, I'd like to win the league. I think, you know, last 2 seasons we've been close. Not as close as we were in that first season, obviously, but 2 seasons in, 2nd place. Surely the next step is 1st place. However, I have spent some money, and we've had 2 big team players leave the club. So first of all, then, looking at that finances, you'll see first of all the overall balance now up to £105 million in the black. Absolutely fantastic. The transfer budget, what's left in it anyway, is £22 million. However, they done me dirty in this transfer window. They give me 0 budget apart from what I started out with. So I had £19 million. There was no increase to the budget going into the summer. So I've had to generate the funds myself. And to do that then, the first player I let go was Yannick Carrasco. Now, he has left us. He only had 1 year left on his contract. He's currently valued to 112 million, it says there. Now 29-year-old, current ability 3.5 star, playing to his full potential. We know what he's all about. Last season he played 21 times, 10 goals, 2 assists and 2 player of the match performances. We've let him go for £60 million. So I am happy with that. I really am happy with that deal. However, it's a shame that I've had to sell players to generate the income. Another player to leave then was Christoph Piatek. So obviously brought him in last season, said I would end up selling him for big money because he'd score loads of goals for us, and neither happened if I'm completely honest. So yes, he has gone for £5 million to Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. He played 12 times for us last season, scored 2 goals. We've made a 500k loss. And then with a heavy heart, Evan Nilsson has gone off to Tottenham Hotspur. So he's gone off to the Premier League. We let him go for £50 million. Which, considering we only bought him in for £20 million 2 seasons ago, is a good deal. However, I think if we'd had another couple of seasons out of him, we could have got even more money. I reckon we could have got £80 million to £100 million for him if he continued in his vein of form that he's been in. So yes, first season we got him 37 games, 12 goals, then 33 games, 20 goals last season. So I reckon he could have been pushing 20 plus goals again this season. However, he has gone. And when you look at who we've replaced him with the money we've got, I think we made a good decision. So we replaced him with Lautaro Martinez, 25-year-old Argentinian, 50 caps, 22 goals, plays as the centre forward. Look at the state of those attributes, absolutely incredible. Acceleration 16, pace 17, but then when you look at his technicals for the position that he's playing, his mentals as well. Current ability 4.5 star, he's playing to his full potential, valued up to £119 million. He's got a worldwide reputation, elite striker, and we brought him in from Inter Milan for £90 million. £90 million is a lot of money to spend. However, this guy could single-handedly win us the league title. On paper anyway, look at those attributes. And he's kind of took the edge off bringing in wonder kid Lorenzo Luca. This guy gets me goals. I've had him in other rebuilds. He is the go-to person should things start to go wrong and I want to go route 1. 6'7", is a towering striker. Heading 16, jumping reach 17, finishing 14. This guy only gets better. He's valued to £28 million. And I brought him in for £8.75 million from Pisa in the Serie B, where he got 19 goals last season. He did go out on loan at Ajax. That's happening right now in the real world. But he only scored 3 goals in 10 games for Ajax. So yeah, they let him go back. So squad dynamics then, team cohesion's good, club atmosphere is very good, and so is my geo support. I've got a couple of players that want a better deal, and Molina wants to leave for better playing time. Does our black supporters? No, I've now got 13 players supporters, 11 players have no real opinion of us. Social groups, there's a lot going on with Luca, the only player not in any social group. So tactically then, this is likely how we're going to line up this season with Oblak in goal, Vardy, Aljamitsi, Jimenez and Llorente at the back, with Koke and DePaul, Lamar, Cunha and Carrera out wide, with Martinez up front. There's loads of options there with players. I've got, you know, João Felix is probably going to go where Cunha is. So there's so many options. Corral can obviously play out where Vardiol is. I've got this really good youngster, Christian, 17-year-old, capped at under 20 level for Spain. What a player this guy's going to be. Currently valued 10.5 million. Potential ability though, 4.5 star. So we've integrated him into the first team squad. I don't usually bring in new gens, regens. However, I think this guy's good enough just to get around. We're never going to keep him, I don't think, unless he turns into a world beater. However, the better he gets, the more money he's going to be worth. So competitions-wise then, we've got the La Liga, the Champions League, the Copa del Rey, which obviously we're currently holders of, and the Spanish Super Cup. Expectations for this season then are a third place finish yet again, and as you can see there, the Media Dream 11 is dominated by Real Madrid and Barcelona players. And then schedule-wise, you start with games against Celta, Getafe, Osasuna, Sevilla and Athletic Bilbao. What a first 5 games that is. You know, we don't actually go up against any of the teams above us until the 4th of November when we take on Real Madrid. So we've got our chances there to be getting some real momentum before we get into those bigger games. So yes, what we're going to do then is we're going to move forward again, where hopefully I've had better luck than I've had in the last 2 seasons in Europe. Right guys, the end of season 3 then, and the first thing we can see is that we have won the La Liga title. 90 points on the board, so similar to last season when we finished in 2nd place and the season before, but this time 90 points has been enough to win us that La Liga crown, as Barcelona finished in 2nd place. 83 points on the board, absolutely massive for us. But the big thing, we're in the Champions League final against AC Milan. What an absolute blockbuster, eh? AC Milan against Atletico Madrid at Wembley now. We're off to London, and hopefully, you know, we've had some really bad luck in the Champions League. Our bad luck has now run out, and it's all blue skies going forward. So what we're going to do is what we usually do. We're going to go on holiday for one day, just simulate forward, and hopefully, fingers crossed everybody, that we've won the European trophy and we are Champions League holders. Let's have a look. So competitions wise, we won 2-1, there we go. So the 3rd season in, we've gone from 0 to hero. 2-1 victory there as Eduard got him off to a decent start on 9 minutes before Rigo de Paul on 37 and Angel Carrera on 62. We had 15 shots, 6 on target. It was a fairly even game in fairness. 52 possession for AC Milan against ourselves on 48. But we have done it. We have won a Champions League crown in 3 seasons. I think the big thing for us now then is just to push forward over 2 seasons and see if we can do it again or if it was just a one-off. So back to the league table, and like I say, champions of Spain, 38 games played, 28 wins, 6 draws, 4 losses this season, which is fantastic. 85 goals scored, 27 conceded, plus 58 goal difference, 90 points on the board. A form towards the back end of the season. Now we tried our best to lose a title with 2 wins out of 5. And then looking at the past positions, yeah, we have dominated since match day 20. So halfway through the season, we have pushed through ourselves and Barcelona. So Barcelona dropped off top spot and then just couldn't catch us. Competitions-wise then, we have won 2 bits of silverware this season, the Premier League and the Champions League. Spanish Cup were knocked out in the quarter-final by Barcelona, as we were smashed 4-0 there as well. Barcelona had our number. We had a man sent off. Didn't really change anything. We were already 3-0 down before that point. But Lewandowski with a hat-trick. And then we finished runner-up to Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup as well. Memphis Depay with a hat-trick there. A goal on 94 minutes, so in injury time, they get a leveller and we fall apart. So what about finances then? We're down to 19 million in the overall balance. Transfer budget is 27 million. You know, that may remain that now. We might have to wheel and deal again. Hopefully a couple of free transfers through the door help set us up as well. Wage budget wise, £3.3 million to play with this season. We're currently spending 2.8. And then squad dynamics after this season we've just had. Team cohesion very good, club atmosphere excellent, and managerial support isn't great. I've got a couple of players that are unhappy. Lorenzo Luca, how did he get on this season? So 4 starts, 9 goals, not a bad turnaround there. When we look at the top influencers, not quite sure what the issue is, but 9 player supporters, 14 players have no real opinion of us. So finally then, looking at the player stats, so as you can see, Martinez scored 40 goals this season. That is incredible. How does that put him in the league then? So we got 28 in 34 starts, Vinicius Jr. in second. So he's the top scorer this season. And I would say that is money well spent. 28 goals in 34 games, 40 goals in all in 51 appearances. Highest average rating was Martinez with a 7.38. Most assists was Lamar and Felix with 12. Best pass completion was Jimenez with 97%. Most player of the match awards was Martinez with 12. Most yellow cards was Marcus Llorente with 18. And most red cards was 2 apiece for De Paul and Llorente. Team stats wise then, 38 games played, 85 goals scored, which is the second best, 27 goals conceded, which is the best. Yellow cards wise, 112, which is the worst. 112 yellow cards this season in 38 games, not ideal. 5 red cards, which is the 4th worst, and average attendance was still the 3rd best. So that is it then, another season down. We've done it in 3 seasons. The main aim was to win the Champions League, and we have managed to lift that crown. When we look at the history, there we go, there's our first Champions League crown in 2024. Big win for us there. So yes, right, what we're going to do is we're going to move forward into season 4 where we look to do it again. Right then guys, season 4, and I'll be honest, this transfer lark is getting more difficult by the season. It really is. You know, we continue to have to generate our own funds, considering that we've just won the Champions League and La Liga, you'd think that the board would back us in the transfer market. However, they haven't. But I've still managed to get another world-class player to join the team. But before we talk about that player that has joined the team, we'll talk about the outgoing. So Barad Jamitsi has left us. He has gone back to Serie A for £20 million. Obviously, he joined us from Atalanta for £11 million. We got 2 seasons out of him. He's been decent for us in those 2 seasons, but we've let him go for £20 million. So we've made a £9 million profit, and he's aged 2 years. Manu Sanchez, a player that's been with us since day dot, has also left. He's gone off to Nice for £3.8 million. Played 2 games for us last season, was never going to feature going forward. So joining us then on a free transfer is Kylian Mbappe. Now just hear me out. I get a lot of hate when I take on Mbappe because it's very unlikely that he would join a team like Atletico. However, you know, he's at PSG. Yes, he's French and he's at the best club in France. However, PSG haven't won a Champions League. We've just won the Champions League. We've just won the La Liga. In the last 3 seasons, we won the La Liga last season, and in the 2 seasons before, we finished second. So we are technically one of the best teams in Spain. So why not join us? Yes, we're not the best team in Spain. Real Madrid and Barcelona will take those honours. However, there is a real opportunity if he wants to win silverware in a different country that we are the team to join. Yet Real Madrid, Barcelona would be more tempting. However, who's going to argue with the physics of Football Manager? As you can see, Mbappe has joined us on a free transfer. That's the big thing. 27 goals for PSG in Liga last season. You know, he's prolific. You know what you're going to get out of this guy. He's got to be a world-class striker, elite striker there. Worldwide reputation, £174 million, 5-star potential ability. This guy's an absolute boss. Just look at those attributes. He says he wants to play up front. He's not. He's going to play out on that left-hand side because we'll still play Martinez up there. So the team has only got stronger attacking-wise. However, defensively, I've tried to bring a couple more players in. Now I've brought in Marash Kumbulla. He joins us from Roma for £14.25 million. He played 10 games in the Serie A last season. He's now really set the world alight, but he's a quality player. If you just ignored the stars, and I'm all about the stars, don't get me wrong, I judge my signings on those star abilities. However, when we look at it here, those defensive technicals, heading 17, marking 16, tackling 16, he's got them all in the right places. So yes, joins us for £14.25 million. Roma making a loss. And then finally, I've brought in a 23-year-old right-back, Kelvin. What a name. All-round player there. Look at those attributes. Just for an all-round pitcher, you're not going to see many like that. Comes into play at right-back. Now, he's obviously going to be second fiddle there. He's not going to be an outright starter. But we've brought him from Atletico Paranaense for £8.25 million, where he's had a fair bit of game time in the last 5 seasons. So yes, joins us and he's now valued up to £8 million. Current ability 2.5 star, playing to his full potential. Acceleration and pace 15-14, crossing and dribbling 12 and 13. He'll do a job for us. A very good deputy at right back. So how does that leave us financially then? So we've got £103 million in the overall balance and transfer budget, £8.4 million left. 8% of transfer revenues being made available. And the wage budget, I've had to make some serious adjustments to get Mbappe in. He's now getting paid £400k a week. I forgot to mention that. £400k a week going to Kylian. But yeah, we've had to up the wage budget to £3.7 million and we're currently spending £50k under that. So tactically then, how are we going to line up this season? So we're sticking with that 4-2-3-1 formation. Again, with Oblak in goal, Renan Lodi, Vardiol, Jimenez and Llorente at the back with Koke and De Paul in the middle. Mbappe goes out on the left-hand side with Felix and Carrera out on the right. And then Martinez up front. What a starting 11 that is. I am a little bit worried about the depth for the squad. However, we still got players that can drop in. Luca can go up front. Kumbulla obviously can drop in at the back. Matthias Cunha can go out wide should we want him to. He can also play obviously behind the striker as well. We've got lots of options. Saul for the midfield as well. So we are stacked. I just think 2 or 3 injuries and some tired players and our lack of depth may be showing. Squad dynamics then, team cohesion, club atmosphere, managerial support is all very good. Players want new contracts, that's in the process of being sorted. We've got 17 players as supporters, 14 players have no real opinion of us. And then when we look at the competitions, obviously we've got the Liga, the Champions League, the Super Cup is coming up today. Atletico against Lazio there. The Copa del Rey and the Spanish Super Cup. What is the expectation for this season? Oh, surely we have now got to have broken into the top 2 and we have. So Real Madrid favourites to win it. Atletico second, Barcelona third. We've got Mbappe in the Media Dream 11, but that is it. And then schedule-wise, in the league, we start off with games against Almeria, Girona, Real Sporting, Espanyol and Sevilla. All winnable games. I would expect 15 points from a possible 15 there. But yeah, that game against Lazio coming up first. We might as well, in fairness, just jump forward and see how we do in our first cup competition of the season. So here we go. I'd be very disappointed, obviously, if we don't get the win here, as Lazio are a team that I would expect to beat, and we end up winning the European Super Cup. 2-0 against Lazio there. Mbappe with a goal on 3 minutes. Great start for him and Martinez. So my two main men getting the goals. 22 shots, 9 on target. A great start to the season. So very happy with that. Our first bit of silverware and hopefully the first of many. Right then, so Season 4 is now done as well. And as you can see, 90 points on the board again. It just wasn't enough this time round to get us the La Liga crown. Real Madrid 5 points clear on 95 points. We finished 3 points clear of Barcelona in third. When we look at the league table in more detail, we won 28 games, drew 6, lost 4, scored 101 goals this season, tearing it up, but conceded 37. There is the problem. Plus 64 goal difference, 90 points on the board. We won 4 out of our last 5 games. Real Madrid actually drawn 2 of the last 5. And then when we look at the past positions, we've been in second place since match day 16. Real Madrid moving up, which means Barcelona, yeah, they've dropped down into third. Villarreal, up and down, but in the top 4 for the majority of the season. So competitions-wise, we've got the Club World Cup Championship coming up. We're knocked out by Chelsea in the quarter-final of the Champions League. 5-3 there. Let's have a look at it. So late goals. Mason Mount with a goal on 94 minutes. So we were actually going through, I think, up until that point. And then they got a goal on 114. Kai Havertz on 95. Rigo de Paul sent off on 93 minutes. That's cost us the penalty. This is one of those things. We've had such bad luck in the Champions League. We were literally probably a couple of minutes away from getting through. Chelsea, we get a man sent off on 93 minutes. De Paul for his second yellow card. When was his first yellow card? On 56 minutes. There you go. I think that just shows the kind of luck we've had. However, we have lifted that Champions League crown, and that was the main thing last season. But yeah, going out there, who actually won it this time round? As the final, PSG winning 3-2 against Real Madrid. Kylian Mbappe has got to be kicking himself for joining us. Obviously, we won the Super Cup. We won the Spanish Cup as well, which is fantastic. So we won the Copa del Rey 3-0 at the Bernabeu. We were 2-0 up in the first half. So Martinez with 2 goals on 19 and 41. Carrera with a goal on 41 minutes. Lautaro Martinez with a goal on 19 and 47. Carrera with a goal on 41. That wins us the Copa del Rey again. And then knocked out in the semi-final by Villarreal there, which is disappointing in the Super Cup. But like I say, we have got the Club World Cup Championship coming up in 14 days. So there's an opportunity to be the best club in the world. Highly unlikely that that's going to happen. However, you've got to be in it to win it. So finances-wise, and we've finally got a proper transfer budget. £73 million to play with this summer. 100% of transfer revenues being made available. And the wage budget is 3.8 million. So we've got 200k to play with. Overall balance 2.3 million. I think that's the first time we've ended the season not being in the black as well, which is good. Squad dynamics and everything's excellent across the board. That's just what you want. 2 players that are unhappy. Luca and Kondogbia want to leave. That's fair enough. We'll look at that in the summer. We've got 19 players supporters. 2 players have no real opinion of us. Oblak though, still can't get him on side. And then looking at the player stats then, so Martinez with 46 goals this season. Where does that put him? Got to be top goal scorer, surely. So Martinez with 33 goals in 35 appearances. Yeah, 8 goals clear there of Unal with 25 goals. Highest average rate was Martinez with a 7.47. Most assists was Carrera with 16. Best pass completion was Jimenez with 98%. Most player of the match awards, Martinez with 11. Llorente got 17 yellow cards and Rodrigo de Paul got 2 red cards. So looking at the team stats wise then, so team stats wise, 101 goals scored this season, which is the best. Goals conceded 37, which is the third best. Yellow cards wise, 87 and 1 red card, which is the second best. We still got the third highest average attendance as well. Be just interesting quickly to see how did Mbappe get on. So Mbappe there, you can see 21 goals in 52 games in all competitions, 13 in a Liga, 7 assists and 4 player of the match awards. So he's had a decent season, still valued at £134 million as well. But looking at his finances, £73 million to play with in our final season in charge. You know, we've got to spend it, got to go for it. Bring in a couple of big names at the back, because that's where we need to strengthen. You know, we can score goals, not a problem there, but it's just about being defensively solid. So, with that in mind, what we're going to do is we're going to go into Season 5, where hopefully I'll spend all my money on defenders, but no me, I'll probably bring in another 2 attackers. Right then guys, so it's our final season at Atletico Madrid and I've spent the money. I think it was the right thing to do, you know, go all out. I haven't really jeopardised the club's financial stability. They've given us the money, so we'll spend it. So when we look at the finances, I've still got £36 million in the overall balance. I have spent a hell of a lot of money though. We've managed to recoup some funds from outgoings as well. Wage budget wise, I'm currently spending over that. I'll make that adjustment before the season starts. In fairness, I may be able to make it now just to sort myself out. So there you go. We're back in the black for there. But overall, we are looking solid. So players leaving us, and the first player to go was Mario Hermoso. He has gone off to Juventus for £45 million. Been a decent player for us and a good servant to the club. Played 29 games for us last season, but £45 million for a 30-year-old now getting to the back end of his career. I'm happy to take that. Lorenzo Luca, I let this guy go with a heavy heart now. He just didn't fit into the style of play that we were playing. You know, he's more of a target man, and I would play him as one of two forwards normally. However, he was playing up front by himself, didn't really get the game time. Played 6 times for us last season, didn't get a goal. We bought him in for 9.75 million. I'll let him go to Inter for 26, which in fairness was a giveaway, because when you look at now, he's valued at 52 million pounds, and I would have expected to get a lot more than what I sold him for. However, I was mindful that I was starting to damage his career. Saul has gone off to Barcelona, so I've let him go to a rival for 29.5 million. He's got some serious game time for us though, but I just wanted to strengthen in the midfield. I didn't feel that he was the man for us anymore, so yes, 30-year-old. Another one that you'd say was in his prime, but time to let him go. And another player that I'd say just past his prime now is Jeffrey Kondogbia. So he has gone off to Ukraine to play for Shakhtar Donetsk. He played 19 times for his last season. We spent 9.75 million on him from Valencia. However, we've let him go for £5 million. I still think that's a good deal to get some money for him. So Kondogbia leaves us. Then coming in then, the first player for Juventus is a 28-year-old Spaniard. He's got 9 caps for Spain. Sergio Reguilon joins us on a free transfer from Tottenham. He was actually in Russia last season on loan at St. Petersburg, where he played 20 times, 4 goals, 2 assists. Well, yeah, solid player for us. We'll go straight out on our left-hand side after Hermoso left us. Then strengthening at the back, I've brought in Nikola Milenkovic. Now, he joins us from Bayern Munich for 23.5 million. They've made some money on him. He didn't really get too much game time in the Bundesliga, but a solid central defender, 27-year-old, 61 caps for Serbia, heading and marking 15, tackling 16, strength 16. He's got all the attributes I want. Can play out on that right-hand side as well, should we want him to. But yeah, definitely coming in as a centre-back. Then, although I said I wasn't going to spend money strengthening my attack, I have done that. I've brought in Thiago Almada, Argentinian with 17 caps and 6 goals, 24-year-old, an elite attacking midfielder, can play out on that right-hand side. I've just got such good rotation now behind my striker, and I've brought him in for £50 million from Milan. Now, he played at AC last season, where he scored 10 times in 35 appearances in Serie A, 6 player of match performances, has been a consistent player over 7s all the way through, and I'm happy to get him. Yes, I spent £50 million on him when I could have spent that on shoring up my defensive frailties, but this guy will get us goals and hopefully another Champions League crown and the La Liga title. Another player for Juventus then is a 22-year-old Brazilian, Sandri. So he comes in as a central midfielder, another player to strengthen up in midfield. Joins us from Santos in Brazil, 11.5 million. Happy to get him for Juventus. Not too much to say about him, a really all-rounded player. Decision-making 16, vision 17, passing 16 as well. You know, I'm hoping he'll pull the strings, become a bit of a midfield orchestrator, but currently valued up to £28 million. And then finally, I've spent big money again on Daniel Braganca from Sporting. So £49 million. But last season, 30 games, 5 goals, 12 assists. He got 13 assists a game before. Again, another player in the midfield I'd expect to be pulling some strings. Composure 18, decision 16, determination 16, that vision 16, passing 16, technique 16. Work rate could be a bit high to say that he's going to be playing in my midfield. And that strength, I hope he doesn't get pushed off the ball. However, you can see there in the player traits, he does dictate the tempo of a game. And he's had a decent pre-season as well. 3 starts, 2 assists. So that is the players that I've brought in. And like I say, did spend big money on him, £49 million. However, happy to get a potential world-class midfielder through the door. Right then, guys, so it's looking likely that we'll still set up like this. We're still playing that 4-2-3-1 with Oblak in goal, Reguilon, Vardiol, Milenkovic and Llorente at the back, with De Paul and Barranca in the midfield, Almada, Felix and Mbappe out wide with Martinez up front. That team just gets stronger and stronger, and now I'm extremely happy with the depth of the squad as well. Competitions-wise, then, first of all, let's get to the schedule. Let's go to last season. Now, I did tongue-in-cheek say about PSG last season when we got Mbappe and he joined us to try and win that Champions League crown again. And then PSG went and won the Champions League. And they have chose violence, in fairness. We took them on in the Club World Cup Championship in the quarter-final. 4-0. We're absolutely smashed. Vlahovic with a hat-trick there, but yeah, PSG go from strength to strength. That's what you get, tongue-in-cheek, having a dig at them. And yeah, they've completely done us there. But like I say, competitions, we've got the La Liga, the Champions League, the Copa del Rey, and the Spanish Super Cup where we take on Barcelona. What is the expectation this season? Have we dropped back down to third place? No, we're expecting a second place finish once again. 2 players in the Media Dream 11 now, Mbappe and Martinez. I don't disagree with that. We've managed to increase on our 1 player in that Media Dream 11 this season, so I will take that. We're 2-1 now to win the league, and I think with the team I've assembled over the summer, I would be very disappointed if we didn't win La Liga this season. So yes, that's what we're going to do then, guys. We're going to move forward to the end of my final season, season 5, where hopefully we've claimed that Champions League crown again and we've dominated domestically. Right then, guys, so we're at the end, or are we? As you can see, Barcelona against Atletico Madrid. It's an all-Spanish Champions League final. It's being played at the Stade de France. But before we look at that, you can see that we won the league. 2 points clear of Barcelona, 98 points on the board. That's got to be the highest point total across the last 5 seasons, I'm sure. It's definitely our highest total anyway. But yeah, we've got this game against Barcelona coming up first, where we could end up winning the Champions League once again. Now, we've been too strong for Barcelona in the league, but can we do it against them when it matters in the Champions League? That's the big thing. And then the moment of truth, competition-wise, we end up winning 2-1 against Barca in the final. There we go. Dembele got one back for them, but João Felix with a penalty on 40. Lautaro Martinez, who else, with a goal on 70 minutes. We had 13 shots, 8 on target. They had 10 and 4. They just edged possession with 53%. However, we end with another bit of Champions League silverware. So what a way to end this rebuild then. Like I say, top of the league. 38 games played, 31 wins, 5 draws, 2 defeats all season. And that's to the bigger teams, Real Madrid and Barcelona. 105 goals scored, 31 conceded though. However, Barcelona only conceded 15 goals all season, plus 74 goal difference, 98 points on the board. I said that was the highest total, was it? 95 for Real Madrid the season before, 90 for ourselves when we won it, 95 and 90. So yes, we had the highest points total throughout the last 5 seasons. Past positions wise then, we have dominated. Up in match day 12, we ended up in top spot. Barcelona up into second, Real Madrid. So it's been a 3-horse race all the way through. So what about competitions wise then? Winning the league, winning the Champions League. We were knocked out in the semi-final by Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey. Knocked out on away goals as well. There is away goals still count in the Spanish Cup. But we did win the Spanish Super Cup. That's not something that we've won yet. We won 1-0 against Real Madrid. What happened there? Mbappe with a goal on 47 minutes. Again, a fairly even game, and we managed to edge you. So how have I left the club financially then? So I've left the club £29 million in the red. That isn't true, obviously, as we get into the start of next season and we get all the TV revenue and whatnot coming into the club, then yeah, we're going to be back in the black again. Transfer budget-wise, £43 million to play with. Wage budget's been increased to £4 million, so 300k left to spend should be wanted. Debt and loans-wise, we're not in a bad place for debt and loans, I'll take that. Squad dynamics and how's the harmony? So team cohesion very good, club atmosphere good, and my GL support's very good. I've got players that want more game time. That will be the next manager's problem. I've got 17 players supporters, 14 players have no real opinion of us. All the way through though, it doesn't matter what I do, I cannot get Oblak to supporters. It's just not meant to be. I just don't know what it is with him. You know, click on him, then we see his personality is light-hearted. You know, he's not evasive, so we should get on. It's just not meant to be. And then looking at player stats for the season then, so as we can see there, Lautaro Martinez with 45 goals this season. We'll just have a look in all its glory. 33 and 32, so same goal scored as last season. He was the top goal scorer in the Liga last season as well, with 45 goals in 50 appearances there. And how would that compare then to everyone else? So the player overview, yeah, only just though, Mateta for Real Sporting got 31 goals. This guy, what a boss, man. £3 million they spent on him. 38 games played, 31 goals scored. Not a bad turnaround. He's only valued at £11 million. We're going to scout him. We're never going to see that scout report. But that means Martinez had the highest average rating as well at 7.34. Most assists was Carrera with 15. Best pass completion was Jimenez, 97%. Most player of the match awards was Martinez with an 8. Most yellow cards was Llorente with 23. And then plenty of red cards as per usual. But then when we're looking at those team stats, so team stats wise, 105 goals scored this season, which is the best. Goals conceded, 31, which is third best. Yellow cards wise, 85, which is the second worst. 2 red cards as well, and the third best average attendance again. So when we're looking at my history then, so the milestones then, I was hired in 2021. We then won the Spanish Super Cup in 2023. In 2024, though, that was the big season for us, as we won the European Super Cup, the Champions League, and La Liga. The season after was the Spanish Cup, and then this season we've ended on a high again, winning the Champions League, La Liga, and the Spanish Super Cup as well, so absolutely dominating. And what about the overview then? So we brought in 15 players for a total of 316 million. Players sold, 59 players sold from the club, with a transfer value of £341 million. The highest fee spent was Lautaro Martinez, and that was 90 million. I think that's money well spent. And Carrasco going £60 million as well, was a decent bit of business. Happy overall. I'm really happy with how it went. We won 6 cups, 2 leagues across a 5-year period. Got to be happy with that if you're an Atletico fan. Really pushing forward. So yes, that is it then, guys. That's how we leave it. We leave it with a trophy cabinet full of silverware. So if you have liked, like I say, please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot. And leave down in the comments any teams you'd like to see rebuilt next. However, I will have another poll going by the time this video is released. So thank you very much, guys. Stay safe, and I'll catch you later. Ta-ra.